pop my butt, pop my butt, pop my butt, pop my butt. A mess. So, I just recently watched Hazel-E on Iyanla Vanzant Fix My Life. I have watched Iyanla Vanzant Fix My Life on and off for since the beginning. I appreciate her work. A lot of people don't like her, but I like her, and I like what she gives. Does she have, because she handles certain things different ways, and some of her exercises and practices, they can sometimes be, questionable or whatever, but that's just up for opinions. It's just opinions of people. But I personally like, how she handles most things, and, I think she's great at what she does. Anyway, so Hazel-E was on Iyanla Fix My Life. And just watching the whole episode, it inspired me to do this video and to spark something in me to talk about. We all know Hazel-E from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and her remarks that her and her man Rose Burgundy made last year or so. Hazel had got into it with a few people. This past season of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Hazel-E have really showed her ass, acted a fool, just really, she left and came back, and she was just crazy the whole entire time. I believe she had got into it with Jess Hilarious, a comedian, and that I guess prompted her, and along with everything else in her head, prompted her to tweet out something like, "I'm tired of all these dark butts coming for me, and all these black women or dark skinned monkey looking women out here hating on my pretty ass, as if light skin automatically equates to beauty." And just a whole bunch of stuff. As soon as she said dark butts, that reminded me of Young Berg and his stupid comments that he made recently. Well, it wasn't recently, but like a year or two ago, something like that, when he said he doesn't like dark butts, meaning that he don't like dark skinned girls. I don't think dark skinned girls are hurting over the fact that little man is saying he don't like them. Like, who is he? And so yeah. So anyway, on the show we met Erica's mother. We met her on the show, but we met her again on Fix My Life. She's a pretty lady. She's better than Hazel, to be honest. And I'm going to be going back and forth with saying Erica and Hazel. Erica is Hazel's real name. So we meet her mom. We found out that her mom had her at 17 years old. And her parents forced her to marry Hazel's father, which I'm not sure who her father is. I believe her father was a white man. And she didn't necessarily want a child, but it happened. And so yeah. So we moving on to Hazel, and we learned that Hazel moved around a lot as a child. She dealt with a lot of things, being the light-skinned girl or whatever, and so did her mother, we found out. Her mother spoke and said that she was picked on a lot by brown-skinned or darker-skinned girls, black girls. One girl even cut her hair off, and all kinds of stuff that she had went through. So when she said, I guess when she saw Hazel's tweets, she didn't really give it to Hazel like she should have about what she said, because she's dealt with the same thing. So obviously she felt the same way. A small part of her did. Because we are who, our childhood is. A lot of us grow up certain ways or in a certain environment or whatever. And we grow up how, we're born as whatever we are. And based on circumstances and environment and parents and all that, that's what makes you when you become an adult. So, Erica and Iyanla, let's talk and say, yeah, they moved around a lot. And we get to the root of Erica's issues, which is as to why she dislikes, or have just a negative mindset in her mind when it comes to black girls, dark skinned girls. Because apparently when she was 5 years old, two dark skinned girls, I guess, molested her. I'm assuming they were probably older than what she was. And she told her mom about it. Her mom just kind of brushed it off. But her mom brushed many things off, because Hazel also revealed that her mom had dealt with domestic violence, and she watched a man, her stepdad, beat on her mom all the time, and she stayed. She used to go to work covering up her eyes and putting on red lipstick to cover up her busted lip, all that. Iyanla made Hazel go and Iyanla has like a legacy room where it's different black, figures that have, that most, I believe all of them are passed away. And, the famous black, heroes and stuff that we know of. Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Dorothy Dandridge, Ruby Dee, a couple of, just really amazing, incredible, black heroes, to be honest, that we all know of. And she made Hazel-E read her lyrics out to those women who have paved the way for all of us. And that scene, I was just like, Lord. And every 5 minutes, Hazel was just like, pop my butt, reading the lyrics out to Dorothy Dandridge and pop my butt. And every single time she read a lyric, Iyanla responded by saying whoever she was reading the lyric to, the picture on the wall of whatever famous lady, hero, black hero, she would respond to it. So Iyanla said, so when Iyanla made Hazel say pop my butt, she was just like, what pop my butt meant to Harriet Tubman? That meant a whipping and all that stuff. And I could tell it was kind of breaking through to Hazel. It was kind of giving it to her a little bit. But Hazel's mother, she was very stoic. She had like no emotion or anything. And I know some people like that. That's just very, all the time. This is them. They barely cry, anything. It's just like, Lord. Iyanla made Hazel apologize. No, Iyanla made Hazel's mama apologize to her for everything that she, went through, and and her being a single mama, and yacht to yacht, and Hazel got emotional and started crying and whoop to whoop. But the final scene was Iyanla brought bought 4 ladies, I believe, 2 dark and 2 light. She brought on Run Me My Money, Runny from Players Club, Cristal. But she had been on Fix My Life before on a black women's thing on the previous season when Iyanla was talking about she brought a bunch of black women to the house and everything. She was on that. So she brought Cristal. She also and the other 2 light skinned ladies, she had them separated, light skin and dark skin. The other 2 light skinned ladies was Hazel and her mom. But then she brought in what's her name? Is it Raven? I think her name's Raven. She's an actress, and she brought in Rashawn Ali, I believe. She's on the Sister Circle to represent the dark skinned girls, and she brought in Estelle, singer Estelle. Estelle and Cristal talked. Cristal said that she always felt like she identified more with the brown skinned girls because she had more African features. And her family would make her feel, bad that she was the more, I guess, African looking one, even though she wasn't dark skinned at all. And she thought of something, and she brought up something. She said that she remembered, in the height of her career, the height around Players Club, I guess. She was at the club with her friends, and some guys that came, and they was just like, look, I guess they were like rappers or something. Some guys that came and was like, look, you and your friends come back to the after party or whatever, to the hotel room or something. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. And so apparently one of the guys, or a few of the guys, called her and said, hey, is you coming, and who you coming with? She was like, oh, all the girls that I, was with at the club, my friends. And they was like, two of them can't come because they're too dark. And so I was just like, wow. I was, I'm going to go more in detail about this. But I was just like, men, it's a mess. It is a mess to even say some crap like that. And Estelle was giving her point of view. Estelle comes from a family where there's all colors. And, over there in the UK, she says that, yes, they dealt with racism, but I guess it's not as bad as over here in the US. And so, she was just like, yes, I, have a darker complexion and all that, but, I wasn't made to feel inferior to my lighter skinned brothers and sisters. And I hear a lot of black people say that. I've heard even some black people say that racism don't exist in certain places, like in New York or like bigger cities where there's more of a melting pot of people. A lot of people say they had never dealt with racism and all that, so they can't relate. And I understand that, like in certain places, it might not be as talked about, or as I guess just a thing. But I mean, it's real all over the world, I would think. I mean, we have Amara La Negra going around, doing interviews and talking, and she's talking about how bad it is over there in Dominican Republic and stuff. And so, how could you not think or understand it? I mean, look who our president is, but that's a different story. So it's just like whatever. With a lot of people, unless they go through it personally in their own lives, they're not going to get it, So, hey, and so and that's when Hazel's mom talked about her issues and growing up and all that. What else happened? When Iyanla talked to Hazel, and she was holding her hands, talking to her, and she was just like, she talked about Gladys and a few other entertainers that had to go through the side door and the back door to go into theaters, and she was just talking about all the things that black people had to go through to pave the way for this generation and future generations to come. And it just kind of took me out when I saw it. I got very emotional watching it because it's very real. And ultimately it ended with everybody hugging and everybody just somewhat coming together, I guess. But the situation and all that is still there. The Raven girl, she talked to Hazel as well. She had a good conversation with Hazel, and Hazel couldn't believe that they all flew and came there for her. To be honest, I'm shocked that any of them knew who the hell Hazel was. But it was nice and it was good to see. This is something that's so colorism thing is deep. One thing I did not like was I wish Iyanla would have spoke more about the whole homosexual thing. But then again, it kind of made sense because, she was molested by two women. And they made her do stuff or did stuff to her when, she was 5 years old. And so I guess, that's why she dislikes gay people or whatever. That's why she said the tweet, because, it's a gay act and whatever. But she says that she didn't even feel that way, really, and she don't have a problem with dark-skinned girls or gays. She just had a problem with certain individuals. But why you didn't call those certain individuals out then? Why did you have to use those words to come for a whole community of people, Hazel? I don't know. Do y'all think that Hazel is should we forgive Hazel? Do y'all think that Hazel is fully healed from from this. I feel like, obviously this is damage control. A lot of people do this. Evelyn Lozada came on and did this. A lot of people who, have had bad reputations or have done something very publicly, very bad, they go on Iyanla and, try to make up for it, whatever. But is that enough? Do y'all believe Hazel? Do y'all think that we should forgive Hazel and whoop de whoop? I'm kind of indifferent about it. I could tell what Hazel had been through in her life, just simply by looking at her. Going from, and she was actually a very cute girl as a little girl, but I guess she didn't feel confident, like, growing up and stuff, because of her childhood and everything that happened. So, it made sense that she had to go out and get more surgeries. And then when she got those surgeries, she still didn't look like nothing, tasty. So it was just like, well, hell, so I get it. I'm being petty, but yeah. But this whole colorism thing I don't think it's ever going to go away. I really want it to, but I don't think it's ever going to go away. Like Iyanla said, this is just something in our, secular membrane or something she said. It's just something embedded in us as black people. Slavery really mentally messed us up. It really, really did. It separated us completely. And one thing that was so true that Iyanla said, how they had the darker skinned slaves outside and the light skinned slaves in the house. Iyanla said the light skinned slaves, they just got it quicker. They just got raped quicker. And they had to go out back to come get our black asses. And I was just like, preach. And that's just the truth. You ain't better because you're in the house. You actually get the most treatment because you're right there. And half the time, the wife know that you are the offspring of her husband. And that's another reason why she can't stand your ass. So yeah, it's very deep, but it's really messed our minds up. And that definitely goes on both sides. I have seen firsthand when dark skinned black girls, when they pick on and make fun of light skinned or biracial girls, and torment them and do all kinds of stuff. And then I've also seen light skinned black girls or biracial girls mess with the little dark skinned girl. I've seen that as well. Sorry about the glitches, y'all. I have two cousins. One is light skinned. She's kind of tall, thin, long wavy hair. Her mom is mixed and her dad is black. And then I have another cousin. She's all the way black. She came from our side of the family. More so, she's dark skinned, thick, big girl, heavy set, kinky hair, and all that. So they are, unfortunately, they are going to go through two different hardships in life. And that's just the truth. And I just try my best to instill in both of them, you ain't no better than you, and you ain't no better than you. But because of how y'all look, people are going to treat y'all differently. But as long as you stay a good person and stay together and know that no matter what, y'all are family, y'all are going to have a easier time. It's still going to be hard, but y'all are going to have an easier time in life. Your big cousin, I can't be there all the time to knock these people out for y'all. And so, it's rough. It really, really is. And then my cousin, the light skinned one, she's very, shy and quiet and, kind of insecure. But our other cousin, the heavy set one, the chocolate one, she's more, outgoing and stuff, but she's a very, big girl. And in high school is rough. They're both going to get picked on probably for different reasons. And it's just rough. And it just breaks my heart because I've dealt with so much stuff in school, being a big black gay man from the hood, like just growing up and dark skin. It was a mess, y'all. So I just completely, you just have to pray, and we just have to be there for our kids. And and just instilling them good values, and to know that we should all stick together, and to stop this whole slave mentality stuff. But like I said, I don't think it's going anywhere. I feel a big part of this issue is black men. And nobody ever wants to address black men with the bullshit. Black men keep a lot of this shit going. In particular, dark-skinned black men. How many artists that we see out there? How many athletes? How many actors that we see? These black men, the blackest of men, they go out and get Miss High Yellow. They go out and get Miss Carbon Asian. They go out and get Miss 2% Black, and they say hashtag Black Love. No. And like I say all the time, I don't care about people, dating outside their race or none of that. Like I say, I have mixed people in my family. I can give two shits. I do believe that love is love. However, when you specifically go out of your way to date outside of your race exclusively, that's a problem. They ain't no but self-hate. And it be these black men that out here, like Cristal said on the show, they be saying, oh, no dark-skinned women. I don't like dark-skinned women, and keep them out, and it's all about red bone, yellow bone, and all that. And I'm just like, why? You're black. What's really funny, though, is when God gets them back, when they go out and get a biracial girl, and they have a child with her, and their child still end up being as black as them. That'd be funny right there, because you thought that you was going to have a light-skinned baby with good hair. That's what you thought. But, it didn't happen for you, sis. It's black men that's the issue. Black men keep this shit going. I'm telling you. It is black men. Nobody wants to confront black men about it. Black men have a lot of issues, a lot of self-hate issues, a lot of colorism issues. They really, really do. And it genuinely needs to be addressed. Honestly. It really does. And black men let a lot of shit slide. They let a lot of shit slide because they still have images of themselves, out there. Black men are still promoted. Black women aren't promoted like that, especially dark skin. How many times do we see in movies and TV shows where they cast a black man, but his wife is biracial? Why is biracial women representing black women? Why is why not just get a black woman? There's plenty of black actresses and entertainers. And speaking of the whole entertainer thing, it's like they only allow one brown skinned girl to shine. That they don't have like a whole bunch of brown skinned girls shining like they did in the 90s and before. Like in the 90s was the last. I live for the 90s. The 90s was the last era where every kind of black girl could shine. Okay, they had dark skinned girls, brown skinned girls, light skinned girls, biracial girls. Everybody shined in the 90s, and wasn't nobody put like they was better than others or more sexy or more attractive than others. What happened? What happened? And it's black men that go out here and get these light skinned or biracial girls and make them feel like they're so much better than the dark skinned girl, and so that's why they start to treat the dark skinned girl any kind of way. And the dark skinned girl is she's seen as treated as less than, so that bothers her self-esteem. And so, she, as a reaction, don't like the dark-skinned girl, the light-skinned girl, or think the light-skinned girl thinks she's better than her because of these men that put them in different categories and make one feel better than the other one, and vice versa. It is crazy. It is crazy. It truly, truly is. I don't know, y'all. I'm all over the place with this video, but I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I just want love and unity with all of us, no matter what shade. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Like I said, slavery did a number on us. And these black men are tied and through. It's so weird. It's like you see these black actors and stuff, and they say, they say they all about black love and Black Lives Matters and all that. But you look at their wife, and their wife Asian, or their wife Latina, or their wife is partially black or something. She looks nothing like, and I don't know. You practice what you preach, child. It's so weird. But then they'll be out there promoting their wife, their white wife, or whatever she is. They'll be out there holding hands with their white wife, but then they got their little chocolate chick in the background that they screwing. And she's just supposed to just play the backfield, but you can't bring her out and stuff. And then black men have an issue with a black woman dating outside of her race. Why? Black men been doing it for years. It's a whole lot, y'all. It is a whole lot to talk about. Anyway, this video's long enough, y'all. I don't want to run y'all brains too much about this, but yeah, it's just rough out here. And you would think in 2018 that we would make some kind of progress in this, but no, it's still slavery, just different forms, different ways. Let's talk about this heavy in the comment section, y'all. All right. With this said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld, Instagram and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. And Chase King on Facebook. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.